Hello, and welcome to the 2019 Southern Ohio CFA Research Challenge Kickoff event. My name is Megan Eberhardt, and I am the Research Challenge Coordinator for the CFA Society of Columbus, and will be your host today. The goal today is to get you a bit more familiar with the CFA Institute and a lot more familiar with the Research Challenge, including rules, timelines, tips, and of course, the identity of our subject company. So let's get started. First, this competition is jointly hosted by two of the 4 Ohio CFA societies. There is a Research Challenge coordinator for each of the host societies. Matt Young is my counterpart in Cincinnati, and I myself run Columbus. The industry mentors and faculty advisors have each of our personal contact information. However, we are working to centralize communication from a single email address, which you will see at the bottom of the slide, ohiocfarc@gmail.com. So, you know this event is being put on by the CFA Institute, but what exactly is the CFA Institute? Officially, and I quote, CFA Institute is the global association of investment professionals that sets the standard for professional excellence and credentials, end quote. There are more than 142,000 CFA charter holders in 159 countries around the world. The way it was originally explained to me and Matt is if you're an accountant, the initials you want are CPA. If you're in investments or finance, you want the CFA. It is the credential you want in the industry. Whether you're working in valuation, investment management, portfolio management, financial analysis, or numerous other areas, this, in my opinion and many others, is the credential that opens doors for you. I can tell you firsthand, it has personally opened doors for me. Okay, let's move on to the Research Challenge. As you may have heard, this is a worldwide stock analysis competition. Each university team is comprised of 3 to 5 students. This competition promotes research best practices, report writing, and presentation skills. All teams will analyze the same public company in our local competition. Each team will have a faculty advisor and an industry mentor to help guide and encourage the student participants. The industry mentor is usually a local investment professional who is most likely very familiar with reading stock research reports. The Research Challenge promotes how to conduct research ethically, how to analyze the relevant data and develop a recommendation, and how to present and defend that recommendation in a professional manner. One of the benefits of participation in the CFA Institute Research Challenge is public recognition. There is great potential to generate awareness when a team wins locally, regionally, and globally. Other great benefits include learning best practices in research report writing and presentation skills from a professional mentor, access to a network of top industry professionals, and concrete experience and an example of your work to provide potential employers. This is a great experience to list on a resume, as many past participants have told us. On this slide, you can see how the competition has been growing over the past few years. Specifically, you can see the event has grown in numbers in each category in 2017 and 2018, particularly with respect to the number of students and universities participating. As a result, I'd venture to say the event is growing in recognition as well. The winner of the Southern Ohio Local Finals competition will advance to the Americas Regional competition. This year, the Americas Regional competition is scheduled to be held in New York City on Tuesday, April 23rd. Luckily this year, the Global Final will also be in New York City on Thursday, April 25th, 2 days after the Americas Regional. A university team from Switzerland won the global competition last year. To help you appear on this slide next year, a really great resource for your team is the written report and the presentation of past global champions. Winning reports from past years can be found on the Research Challenge section of the CFA Institute website. It would be great to have a team from the Southern Ohio competition win the global finals this year in New York City. Shown is a list of participating universities in the Southern Ohio Research Challenge. All of the faculty advisors and industry mentors have volunteered their time to help with stock analysis, report writing, and presentation skills. Your faculty advisor has the contact information for your team's mentor. Please let us know if you are struggling to find an advisor or mentor to complete your team. You can do so by reaching out to us directly using the email address at the bottom of the slides. Shown here is the competition timeline. The first order of business should be registering for the competition. Students must register for the competition via the CFA Institute website. Again, you must register, and the sooner everyone on your team is registered, the better. Last year, some students were not registered, and we had a difficult time keeping track of the teams. If there are any changes to your team, as in some students drop off or others are added, please still make sure everyone is registered. Second, over the next 4 weeks, teams should begin researching the subject company. Teams should come to the company presentation on the afternoon of Thursday, November 15th, with a solid understanding of the company and a list of questions. The company presentation will be followed by a question and answer session with management, and this will be the best time to get answers. First drafts of the written report are due Friday, December 14th. Because this draft submission is to track progress made since the company presentation, we are pushing the deadline back a couple of weeks. We targeted the halfway point between the company presentation and the final report due date. The draft report should be emailed to our central email address, which is at the bottom of the slides. Final reports are due January 15th before midnight. Again, report submission will be via email. All teams will submit written reports. The 4 teams scoring the highest on the reports will move on to the local finals, which is an oral presentation in front of a panel of judges. And finally, should your team advance to the local finals presentation, please note that the competition is tentatively scheduled to be held in Cincinnati. This change is the result of solidifying the Southern Ohio competition, which for the 3rd year in a row has consisted of Columbus and Cincinnati, as well as distributing the driving commitment across the teams. More details of the day of event will come in the beginning of 2019. Here are some of the highlights from the rules. I would encourage all of you to read through the rules on the CFA Institute website. I will let you study these on your own. Students will have access to 2 experts who will help them develop their research skills, analytical models, and recommendation. Keep in mind, students, you have a limited amount of time with each of these individuals, so make the most of your time. Plan ahead and be well prepared prior to your meetings. Teams that move on to the local finals will be allowed an additional 3 hours with their faculty advisor and 2 hours with their industry mentor. As a friendly reminder, ethics are an integral part of this competition. We expect all participants to abide by the CFA Institute Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct. Here are some interactive resources available to help acquaint participants with the code and standards. These are also available on the CFA Institute website. All of the written report requirements are included in the rules, which again can be found on the CFA Institute website. The report is a maximum of 10 pages. Appendices are now limited to 20 pages, so please take note of this rule change from prior years. Certain information must be included in the report, so again, the rules are there to guide you. Okay, now this is a very important slide, so please pay attention. This is the scoring matrix we give to the graders of the written reports. These sections are where you will earn and lose points. Look at the section names. One of the key pieces of feedback from prior graders was this: use these section headings in your report. Look at the winning reports from prior years. They all do this. It makes it very difficult for graders if they are unable to identify supporting text for each of these sections. Make it as easy as possible for the grader to give you all the points you deserve. I have similar comments here on the presentation scoring sheet should your team advance to the local finals. However, the scoring sheet is not nearly as structured as before, as you can see. There is more of a focus on soft skills and team interaction during the presentation. Okay, and now finally, we'll move on to the subject company. We are excited to announce that Diamond Hill has agreed to be our subject company for this year's research challenge. Diamond Hill, which is located in the Arena District of Columbus, Ohio, provides investment advisory and fund administration services in the U.S. Their website is a wealth of information, and it should help make you well prepared with questions for the company presentation. This is a unique opportunity to analyze the asset management industry of the financial services sector. As previously mentioned, the company presentation will be on Thursday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Diamond Hill's headquarters in Columbus. I have included the address of their headquarters on this slide, but more details will be communicated once we get a little closer to the event. The rules allow for a limited amount of interaction with the subject company. Interaction is limited to the session on November 15th and one round of follow-up questions per team. This year, we will limit the number of follow-up questions to 2 to 3 questions per team. More details on the follow-up questions will be communicated later. During company interactions, only the students are allowed to ask questions. Students may not interview middle management or other employees of the company. Students may interview and survey suppliers, customers, vendors, competitors, etc. as a normal course of research. Students are also permitted to interact with the company as a customer. So where do you go from here? First, go out to the Research Challenge website, grab a copy of the rules, print one out, save one on your phone, make it convenient for yourself to be able to access them. Next, register for the competition. You will need this link. Start your research of Diamond Hill. Visit their website. Also, look at the reports and presentations that prior winners have created. And finally, have fun and remember that while the competition has a finite timeline, the experience and relationships you take away from this have potential to last your entire career. Thank you again for joining today, and if you have any questions, please email Matt or I at ohiocfaRC@gmail.com. Thanks.